All right, are we back? Are we here? Does this thing even bother?
This is the most amazing thing ever. Hey, look at that. That microphone will actually work. I'm trying to get my other one fixed. Getting tired of this program acting up with me. It's really starting to irritate me. Every time I come in, it's something new. But it's Sunday night. Mars Series. Kicking off the Beardsconsin Pavement Late Model Series in Kern County. And I'm going to keep trying to work on this microphone. So this microphone thing goes dead here, guys. I apologize. We only got about 4 or 5 minutes. We'll go over the way the system is going to work. It's going to be heat races and then a big feature tonight. We'll go over our top 5 from last season because they're all here. And we will see if we can make my microphone work from the good mic instead of this junky little thing that I've been trying to use here. So give me 1 second. Let's see if we can make that go.
Let's see if this thing works now. Hopefully the new microphone. Yeah, it looks like maybe it switched. I hope that sounds better, and I hope it's working. I hope it works all night long. I do not know what is going on. Programs were acting up from the moment I tried to log in this evening, so my apologies. But we are ready to go racing. We've got things moving along here. We talked to the guy in the 89 car Tuesday night after Short Track Showdown Series. Nick Baker had a great run. We got a lot of faces in here. Got 23 drivers. Returning drivers from last season. I'll tell you the one I don't see. I do not see third in your points from last year. Reed Rundle, Nick Baker, Garrett Boyd, Adam Vinny, and Jeff Werdeman. I do see I see everybody but Garrett Boyd from last season kicking off this pavement season here. I don't know where he's at. Surprised that he's not in the field already. But we're gonna have a heck of a race no matter what. Kick the season off. These guys are starting out west. They're going to work their way across the United States Touring Series. The way the schedule lays out, they'll move from west to east across the country. We are going every other week with this series. They're doing dirt on the off weeks. If you were here for last Sunday night's race, you saw a pretty good limited late model race. And that was round 1. They will be on the odd week. And this series will be on the even week. Hello, Bill. I see you in the chat there, buddy. I see Zach Krieger in the house tonight. Oh, boy. Boy, you know what? He was here last Sunday, too. And it's fun seeing old Zach when he isn't on the microphone. He's down in the pits getting in and out of the car. So that's going to be fun. Craig Burlew's here. Brandon Yates. Marvin Turnmeyer. Andrew Leach. Matt Urban. Car we don't see very often. The driver's getting called in to the driver's meeting. You guys get some bonus points here tonight. They're gonna score points for everything they do out here tonight, including not running into stuff. If they're a clean driver, not only are they going to be eligible for the Wabam Clean Driver Award, but they will score some points for getting clean driving. They'll drop 3 weeks of the 10 scheduled. They'll have off weeks for next Sunday. They will not race. Christmas, New Year's. So they'll have three buys during the season. This is an individual championship. as well as the dirt, and then we'll have an overall Mars champion. There. Now we see Zach Krieger's car. We're also seeing Matt Urban's car sitting there as well. So these guys in the driver's meeting. I see several of them down in the pits in the chat. We'll probably try to talk to a couple of these guys as the night goes on. Get their thoughts. Well, you know, all you got to do is put your little tutu on and just be Tiny Dancer tonight there, Mr. King. Guys, I don't care where you're at. If you're over on Facebook, make sure you drop over to the Dirt Racing Network's Facebook page, like, share, and follow. If you're on YouTube, Twitch, and Trello, hit the subscribe button. You'll know every time we go live. Getting some chat. Got people over in the YouTube. Got people over there on the Facebook. See some Victor Vindies in the chat. See if we can find Mr. Vinny's car not currently sitting on pit road. Neither is Matt Eddy. Actually, I think Matt Eddy's car is sitting on pit road. Yeah, there he is. 24 cars checked in officially. I think Brandon Yates jumped in here just a little late. He didn't get any practice laps in, but well, it's only a half-mile track, so remember what I told you about being consistent. That's all that really matters. It's Isaac Daniels' car here. Yeah, Isaac Daniels' car is there. 75 machine. High Rock sponsored machine right there. Just waiting for these guys to get ready to kick off qualifying. We got Austin DeMoore parked right in behind Isaac Daniel. Jacob Schmutz is here as well. Gary Budzine making an appearance. I see Alan Payne's car. Peter Brees, Brad Lawson, all here tonight. Going to be a pretty good one for sure. Kick off of the pavement season. Guys, don't be afraid to say hi in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from. And if you got a favorite driver in here, shout them out. Got about 30 seconds. We'll switch it to qualifying. We'll watch the guys qualify. Then they'll break them up into groups for heat races. We'll run some short heat races. Top couple from each heat race, they go into the redraw for the feature. Don't forget about tomorrow night. Only other night this well, I say that. That's not necessarily true. We are on for Thursday night as well. But tomorrow night, DSRL's Monday Night Thunder, Big Block Modified Series. Round number 8 for those guys. I think they're going to Lima Land Motorsports Park. Make sure you tune in for that. And then Thursday night will be the 3rd annual Paul Nichols Memorial. The Turkey Shootout. Guys doing 131 laps in the 358 Modifieds at Eldora. There's details on a lot of pages. Dirt Slingers Racing League over on Facebook has details. Tim Sims has details. Drivers already starting to roll out here. Watch 16 car come around. Matt Urban fans in the house. See Justin chatting it up a little bit. Turnmeyer already on the clock. I don't think he's going to be the first one to click in time. I think Andrew Humphrey may be the first one to click time up on the big board. We'll see where they time out at. Right now, quickest is Turnmeyer 18.56. We'll move things around. Going to keep looking. Nick Baker, second quick. Matt Eddy, third quick. Second lap for Turnmeyer. A little bit slower. 56 to a 65. He fell off. Well, Bam's been around here for a while, along with Scribadub. Scribadub about 8 seasons with these guys as the sponsor. Beardsconsin new this year for them, but looks like a pretty good sponsor for them. They're taking over the pavement late model stuff, and that's pretty cool. So, Reed Rundle, whom we're watching, 4 100ths off. He's 4th quick right now. Marvin Turnmeyer setting the pace. We're going to watch this, and we're going to move over to Andrew Leach here. That time, Rundle slowed down just a tick. Andrew Leach, 13th quick on his first lap. Scott King, 19th quick. Adam Vinny on the track. Let's go watch the 11 car as he has finally rolled that thing out onto the speedway. We already missed Urban. He's already completed his ride with Andrew Leach. Goes quick time at 18.55. He barely bumps Turnmeyer off the top of the pylon. Watch the 11 car of Vinny. First time around out of 3 and 4 to get time on the pylon, and Adam Vinny is going to go second quick. Almost an identical time, about 2 1,000ths difference. We'll see if he can scrape that off. Move himself to the top. He does not have time. It runs out before he can complete it. So, we'll get ready to go trackside as drivers will start gridding out here momentarily. They're going to line up. It's going to look just like this. The 48 of Matt Urban will set on the pole for heat number 1. Next to him, the 33 of Andrew Perry. Jeff Werdeman, the 81. He'll start out inside row number 2, and he'll have the 98 of Andrew Leach on his outside. Leach holding on for a quick qualifier this evening. 18 of Scott King. Tiny Dancer starts inside row number 3 next to Zach Krieger. Looks like we're going to have 4 heat races tonight. So, a lot of heat action. They're short heats. They're only about 8 laps. Get them all rolling off. They'll get a couple of pace laps, get a little engine heat going here. From the time you guys type it, for just a few seconds, I do not see the chat. It takes about 10, 12 seconds for it to actually show up on my monitor. But all the chat is here. Don't care what Facebook page, YouTube, and Twitch. You guys can all chat it up. I'll see it. I try to keep an eye on it and respond when the action's good on the track. I don't usually look away for very long, so be patient. I will try to recognize you if I see you in the chat. I see Beardsconsin in the house here. Logo's still looking good down there on the bottom, guys. Thanks for the logo. Appreciate that. All right, lights are off on the pace car. He'll be getting out of the way. We're going to kick off round number 1 for the Beardsconsin Mars Pavement Late Model Series at Kern County. Starting out west this year. The green flag in the air. Heat race number 1 in the season underway. Through 1 and 2, still side by side now. Urban edges ahead. Big spin. Krieger lost it out of turn number 2. He spins around solo. No caution. No caution coming out. Lap 1 in the books, and Urban opens the season on the point. Perry falls into second, side by side. Werdeman and Leach. Werdeman's going to have the advantage. Leach falls in line. They are single file. Top 5, it looks like Zach Krieger going to be way behind these guys. He is a good 10 seconds back. And the laps are only about 18, 19 seconds. So he's on the back straightaway going into 3 when they're coming out of turn number 2 right now. Whoa, big slide from Perry coming out of 2. That's going to drop him from second all the way back to 5th. And now here comes Werdeman and Leach side by side. This is for second. Top 2 go into tonight's redraw. Oh, contact Little moving up, little moving down. They're going to meet in the middle and trade a little paint right there. Leach on the bottom. Both cars wiggle coming out of the corner. Advantage, no one. I think if Leach can keep it straight underneath him here, he should be able to clear Werdeman, get to the top, and he does just exactly that. Now Andrew Perry working back around on Scott King. He kept that car tight to the group, and he may be able to get fourth out of this deal. Meanwhile, Urban over a second ahead of these guys, and nobody has grip coming out of 2 right now at all. Everybody is sliding that right rear. They're going to have to think about that for the feature because no tires. You run what you brung, and you got to save that right rear. So if you keep spinning and sliding it, you're going to kill the car pretty fast. Out of 4, white flag. Coming out, Leach closed the gap, but he's going to run out of laps. Enough real estate between he and Matt Urban that I think Urban, unless he makes a mistake down here in 3 and 4, is going to hang on. He's going to win the opening heat for the season here at Kern County. And he will do just that. Andrew Leach will join him in the redraw in second place. Werdeman, Perry, King, and Krieger rounding things out. Heat 1 already in the books. We'll get ready to go down here for heat number 2. Show you the starting grid. It's going to look like this. The 74 of Peter Brees will be on the pole, and he'll have the 7 of Austin Damore to his outside. Your second row on the inside last year and defending season champion, the 43 of Reed Arundel. And on his outside, heavy hitter, always in the series. He's always fast, usually runs up front. He drives the 11 car, Adam Vinny. All the Victory Vinnies in the house say, hey, Jacob Schmutz, the 1 car. Row 3 on the inside. It actually does have a 1 on it today. I'm happy to say it didn't have a 1, had a 9 on it before, but he's going to start next to the 8 of Craig Burlew. That's all 3 rows, 6 cars for heat number 2. Oh. What is going on with that? That is wild. All right, they'll go around one more time. We'll get the lights out on that pace vehicle. They'll get him kicked out of the way down here in 3 and 4. Tightly bunched again. Ready to go green for 8 more circuits. Peter Brees in the start zone, green flag. Heat number 2 underway. Brees quickly to the front. Damore falls straight into second. Looks like Rundle is going to slide into the 3rd spot. Single file down the back stretch on lap number 1. Vinny Schmutz and Burlew rounding things out. Oh, down the corner, Damore straight in the back of the 11, the 43 straight in the back of him. That is going to let Adam Vinny take things over. This is, it's just going to be what it is. 74 car down the middle of the corner, and he just gets some help, gets pushed from behind. That camera angle's so slow at changing. Yeah. Cold tires, and Brees was tiptoeing through there, and Damore just got right into the back end. So that'll shake everything up. Peter Brees' car damaged enough, he just took it straight to pit road. I don't know if he's... Oh, yeah, he's missing the whole right front tire. That thing is just dragging. You can see the sparks shooting out from under it, dragging on the right front A-frame down there. So we'll see. I don't know if they're going to try to fix that. I don't think it's viable anyway. It's probably got a bunch of bent and broken parts, so we'll see what's up. But Vinny, Schmutz, Burlew, Rundle, and DeMoore are going to be the 5 remaining in that order as we get ready to try to restart this thing. So we made it to the second heat race until we got our first caution tonight. That first heat race had a spin, but he was at the back. He was by himself. He got it turned all the way around and was able to get it going. This time, not so lucky. 3 cars get involved in it. We almost had a parking lot down there. As we're trying to get them. I don't know what we're doing here. Maybe we're going around one more time. Yeah, lights didn't go out. They came back on, I think, down the backstretch maybe. So now we're doubled up, ready to go. DeMoore with the tap out will drop all the way to the back. All right, pace car's out of the way, ready to get back to it, and Vinny gets on the throttle. Green flag goes back in the air. Schmutz immediately ducked behind. Didn't quite get as good a start, I think, as he needed to right there. Vinny's got damage on the right front of that thing, but it ain't going to matter for the next couple of laps here. As they come around, it'll be 2 to go this time. Schmutz still second, but Rundle trying to close in. Will Rundle go high side? I thought Rundle may go ahead and roll that in there and try to go to the high side. He's trying to do the crossover and get to the bottom, and he is going to get there on the white flag lap. Can he keep Schmutz high, and can he make it work and get in the redraw? Oh, one-arm Jack himself here. It's Adam Vinny out front. He's going to win this easily. The battle's for second. Now Rundle has it. We'll see if Schmutz can cross back over, and he ain't going to do it. Vinny and Rundle go to the redraw. Schmutz, DeMoore, Burlew, and Brees rounding things out. So your defending champ going to make it into the redraw. And he'll get a chance to be closer to the front, at least, to start out the season, defend this championship. Did not have as much luck on Tuesday night. Was just in everything. Heat 3, grid now on the front stretch. Going to be the 45 of Alan Payne on the pole with Josh Westendorf. And the 92 on his outside. Andrew Humphrey will start the 31 car. Row 2 to the inside, and he'll have Marvin Turnmeyer in that 16 machine. Sitting to his right, Dean Byrne will start the 17 car on the inside of the back row, and Isaac Daniel will start in the 75 car? It says 13, but it's a 75 on the side of it, and that's where he's going to start position number 6. Heat 3 scheduled for 8. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Round 1 for the Beardsconsin MARS Pavement Late Model Series. Starting their across the country tour way out west, Kern County Speedway. They will move east across the country. Schedule is set up that way. So every other Sunday night for pavement, and on the correlating Sunday nights, you'll see the dirt cars, and they're doing the same thing. They're moving west to east as well as we get ready to begin heat number 3. Alan Payne.
Green flag.
Green flag. Payne didn't quite clear Westendorf, and Westendorf out wide. He can't leave that door open longer. That right there will happen, and boy, I'll tell you what, Turnmeyer got a big run through the middle of 1 and 2, and he almost went 2 for 1. So he was able to get down quickly from the outside of row 2 on the start. Payne leads the first lap, Turnmeyer second, Westendorf and Humphrey side by side for third. Daniel back there in the 5th spot, and Dean Burnt in 6th. We're going to stay right on this battle right here. This time, Turnmeyer's got Payne up the hill. Payne clears on the exit high side with just a little more momentum coming off those exits. And I'll tell you what, Turnmeyer's got it going down the bottom. He's really able to get the 16 to stick down there. And if Payne leaves the door open just long enough, Turnmeyer's going to stick the nose there, and Payne's going to have no choice but to give up the real estate. That's where Turnmeyer does so well. From the center out of the corner. Now he's alongside. Payne's going to have to move up the hill. That's going to open the door. We're going to have a new leader this lap. Now, maybe Turnmeyer by just a smidge, the thickness of the paint on the nose of that car. Now, completely clear, and here comes Humphrey. Humphrey's trying to make a charge. I thought Payne was going to drive it way down in there, but Turnmeyer shutting the door on him. 3 laps to go, heat number 3. Turnmeyer, Payne, Humphrey, then Westendorf, Daniel, and Burnt. Right now, top 3 kind of static. They're spread out by about 3/10 each. 2 laps to go this time. Marvin Turnmeyer started outside row number 2 and has patiently and quickly driven his way to the front. We're coming around. It'll be the white flag for heat number 3. The Advanced Auto Parts. Number 16 looks like he is going to pick up the heat race win to open the season. That'll put him in the redraw tonight. Alan Payne will go in with him. He finishes second. Then Humphrey third. Westendorf. Oh, Burnt, as Isaac Daniel had problems on the last lap, last corner. And a 75 car will end up in 6th. So we'll start gridding cars out for the 4th and final heat this evening. They're going to line up like this. The 27 of Keegan Bush on the pole with Brad Lawson in the 63 on his outside. You'll see the 88 of Matt Eddy inside row number 2 next to the 98 of Nick Baker. And then the back row will be the 77 of Gary Budzine inside and the 28 of Brandon Yates on the out. Just waiting on Yates to show up on the grid. He may not show up on the grid. Checked in late. We'll see if he has to come through the LCQ. Final heat race of the evening. Lights off on our pace car. We're going to go green out of 4. 8 more laps. Top 2 once again. Make it into the 8-car redraw. Ready to go green. 5 cars in this one. Yates is not going to make it to the grid or the start, and the green flag goes out. Keegan Bush trying to grab the lead through 1 and 2. Lawson's up high. He's got Eddie down the inside. They'll be side by side, 2nd and 3rd. Nick Baker kind of trapped behind the moving roadblock there. Bush leads lap 1. Eddie stays to the inside. He's going to clear Lawson now. Baker is going to work alongside. Didn't quite get there. Lawson's going to shut the door down in 3 and 4 and put himself in third. Eddie's still second, and Baker's still fourth. Now Baker seeing if there's anything about a lane wider. Didn't help him get there. 5 laps to go. Final heat. All these cars tucked pretty tightly together here. Looks like Budzine's starting to lose touch with the front 4. But the front 4 not separated by more than about a car length each. And they're almost pushing each other here. This time Baker with a good run out of 4. Moves to the inside on Lawson. That'll be for third. Lawson relinquishes the spot quickly, tries to do the crossover and get the run down the backstretch, and looks like he's going to do that. Got a good run down the hill, just did not have the commitment to take it into turn 3 down there. And Baker will hang on. 3 laps to go now. Bush still out in front. Matt Eddy trying to get through. Find the line that's going to give him a chance to move Bush. A little wide there in 2. Drives it off low. Just not quite enough momentum. He's been good in 3 and 4. Closing in right here. And he's going to do it again. Just not enough momentum to force his way inside. White flag in the air. May be happy just to make it into the redraw. That time got a good run. Checked it up a little bit. Here comes Baker to the high side. Can Baker make the pass and get in the redraw on the last lap? Bush will win it. And Matt Eddy's going to hang on just barely 3/100ths of a second over Baker. Baker was third. Lawson, Budzine, Yates rounding things out. And we're going to get ready for our LCQ. Scott King will be on the pole with Craig Burlew on his outside. Then Dean Burnt and Gary Budzine in row 2. Zach Krieger, Peter Breach in row 3. Isaac Daniel and Brandon Yates in the 4th and final row. Half of these cars, 4 transferring. I don't think we're going to see Yates. We're only going to have 7. One more pace lap around. We'll kick them off. Consolation race. I think we're going to drop 3. Nice crowd this evening. Thank you to everybody for being here. Hope you're enjoying the show. Be sure you shout out, say hi, let us know where you're watching from. Let us know who you're here watching. Don't matter where you're at. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Trovo. We can see you. All right. Pace car. Get himself out the way. We are ready to go green. Scott King. Oh, tiny dancer himself. The poor man's Elton John. On the pole.
Green, green, green.
And a green flag in the air. And Scott King coming out of the dirt ranks, trying to move into the pavement. We'll see what he can do. He's got the advantage going into turns 1 and 2. He's been practicing pretty heavy for a few days. Had a chat with him. I want to say Thursday or Friday. Tried to give him a few tips on how to practice for this car, especially at this track. He leads a lap number 1, trying to keep himself in that top 4 to the end of this thing. Bad luck behind. Cars going everywhere. Zach Krieger's backwards. There goes Gary Budzine, I think, off the nose of Dean Burnt. Everybody to the inside. No caution just yet. And I think, yeah, now we'll have a caution. We'll go back, and we will take a good look at this. I don't know. I think it starts right in front right here. Burnt and Budzine are going to get together right there. Look like Dean Burnt got the left front down on the flat, and then he and Budzine could not stop making contact. We'll go back and watch that. Budzine kind of gets it straightened out. Burnt wiggles a little more and then hooks him a second time. And then Burnt goes down here and just loses the back end of the car because he already had the tires hot. So we'll reset things. They're trying to catch the pace car and get things lined up the way they're supposed to be now. So we will have 6 laps remaining. Peter Brees still on pit road. I don't know. Maybe they're trying to get the car out. Maybe they're not. I can't tell from that angle. You've missed a few, Ivan. This is the last one. This is the consolation. You missed all the heats. Tiny Dancer from Windham, Minnesota. Well, welcome in, Deb. He's doing all right now. He's out in front. Looks like he's trying to do exactly what I told him. Just be consistent, be smooth. Keep the tires up underneath it the best he can. And get to the end of each individual race. He got to the end of his heat. We'll see if he can get to the end of his Consi here and transfer himself into tonight's AMA. Also, you saw the... Okay, so yeah. All right. Good to know. Like I said earlier, so the chat takes a few seconds to get to me. So once you guys hit enter, it takes a little bit for it to process, to go through everything and come here. So we got them doubled up. We're getting ready to go back to green. Still, well, I think the laps are counting off. I thought we were doing caution laps don't count, but maybe that's not true. Maybe caution laps are counting. So we're going to be down to about 3 to go here, which may be good for old Tiny Dancers. He gets back on the throttle. Green flag out once again. He'll have a pretty good lead getting into 1 and 2. Burlew's going to slide into second. Burnt into third. And Krieger trying to hang on for fourth, but here they come on the outside. Isaac Daniel in the 75 making a run off the top of 2. Krieger trying to stay off the back end of the 17, and it's really holding him up. 2 to go that time by Krieger. Tucked in behind Dean Burnt, wants to make it to the feature here in round 1. Now to the inside comes Isaac Daniel. And that could be Zach Krieger's undoing unless he gets a great run here out of 4. And he will. So Krieger able to move to 35 in front right now. He's in the show if it finishes like this. King, Burlew, Burnt, and the 35 of Krieger are our top 4. I thought we were going to have contact right there. King going to win the Consi. Burlew, Burnt, and Krieger going to the feature. Daniel Budzine, Brees Yates, I think the 4 cars that are not transferring tonight. So that should wrap things up. We'll have a little bit of a warm-up. Maybe we'll get a chance to talk to one of our drivers here. See if we can find somebody we want to talk to. Reed Rundle, you got a copy?
I do, sir. How are you?
I am good, sir. Well, let's talk about it. Defending champ. Still gimped up, I think. One arm, right?
Yeah, crew did some work on the car with a little bit of extra power steering, and it's not too bad right now. So we'll hope we can go 35 laps. We didn't really get to test it on Tuesday, so we will now.
Well, yeah, we talked about that briefly, that, starting the defense of that series championship really didn't work out too good for you. But here tonight, it looks like so far things are going better than Tuesday. How's that sound? He's out in the car right now. He may not be able to hear me over the engine noise. But
no, I got you.
What do you think?
Button.
What do you think about this teeny tiny little track? There's not a lot of grip. It looks like everybody's having a lot of problems out of turn number 2, and we got 35 laps in the feature on one set of tires.
Yeah, I think tires should be okay as long as people don't just kill themselves going, in it. It's a little loose coming out, but it does tighten up a little bit as the laps go by, so not bad.
Well, starting the season off injured as a defending champ, you're already at a pretty big disadvantage. What are you going to have to do to survive this week until you can get back to racing with 2 arms here and try to defend this thing?
Well, like I said, patience and just kind of bide my time. I mean, it's really, the arm's feeling pretty good, the shoulder's doing good, so hopefully we won't have to worry about it too much. It's only if I get tapped or have to make some sudden real quick movement that I might be in a little bit of a not feel so good.
All right, man. Well, good luck out there, and hopefully we get a chance to talk to you on the podium at the end of this thing.
Sounds good, man. Have a good one. Thanks, Roger.
Defending series champion Reed Arundel. Let's try to get one more guy here. I don't know how long they're going to let this go, but maybe we can get lucky enough. And maybe Marvin Turnmeyer, you got a copy.
Hey, how's it going, brother?
It is going pretty good. I had a few laps out there. Looks like in the warm-up. You had your way in the heat race, man. What's the expectation for the 16 here when we get ready to go feature racing?
Well, main thing is just keep the right front on it. This track's really hard on the right front. If you get in a little too hot, of course, you can get the right rear hot and burn it down, and then you're just so loose you can't hardly hang on to it. So just have to see where we're going to start. Not really sure how the invert's going to play out, and just see who I got around me, kind of gauge myself off of them, and just try to keep it together for 35 laps and not do anything stupid and wreck myself like I normally do. If we can complete the race, we're usually pretty good. Unless I step on it a time or two in the process.
Well, it looked like everybody's kind of having trouble out of turn number 2, and you said, this track hard on right front tires. What do you got to do to protect it so you can get to the end and still be fast those last 10 laps when it really counts?
Well, you just got to lift a little early, breathe the car on entry, and just kind of get in and let the nose settle without rolling over hard on the right front. And once you get past center, you can start picking up throttle. But if you try to get in the throttle before center and really drive it off, it's really going to want to destroy that right rear, and then you're going to be loose on exit. And especially here off 2, if you try to come off really low, it's like the track kind of decambers right there, and it just throws you into a slide that you can't really recover from. So you got to make sure you're not too low trying to make a pass, but I mean, it's a tricky little place, but it's fun when you can really find a groove that works for you and get your timing down and hit your marks. It's a really fun track.
All right, man. Well, thanks for chatting with us. Good luck. Only got about 20 seconds of the practice left before we get them lined up, so hopefully we get a chance to talk to you at the end of this thing.
That'd be good. To see you in the booth, brother.
Marvin Turnmeyer won the heat. Came from 4th in that heat race to win it. So one of the few cars that made multiple passes on track under green, and he was able to work his way to the front. Really drove away at the end of that thing. It looks like the practice session is over. We're going to get ready to line them up tonight for our feature race. 35 laps, 20 cars ready to go at it. Matt Eddy and Alan Payne on the front row. Reed Arundel, Andrew Leach in row number 2. Then Keegan Bursch and Marvin Turnmeyer will make up your third row. Adam Vinny and Matt Urban in row number 4. Werdeman and Schmutz, row 5. Row 6, Humphrey and Baker. Perry and DeMore in row 7. Row 8 is Westendorf and Lawson. King and Burlew transferring in from the Concy make up row 9, along with Burnt and Krieger in row 10. We will see if they do any shuffling once we get to rolling off, and we'll watch the front of this thing. But I think this is probably how we're going to start them. I tell you what, you put the 88 car up front, and that's a lot. That's a lot for that guy. That is great position for the 88. Everybody could be racing for second, but we'll see how the 98 off of row number 2. He did very well in his heat race. Passed some cars to get to the front. And Marvin Turnmeyer did the same. He's starting outside row number 3 there. So Matt Urban starting 8th. He's got some work to do, but 48 car looked good. He started up front and stayed there the whole heat race, but he looked pretty good doing that. So we'll see if the 48 has something coming from the 4th row. Adam Vinny's in there. The next row's got Schmutz and Werdeman. Then Baker's behind you. You got a bunch of guys. If they can get their way close to the front, get some passes made early in this thing, they may have a chance too. Make some noise and get the win tonight. But the green flag's in the air. Alan Payne got a fantastic start on the outside. Best start on the outside we've seen all night long. But it is to no avail as Eddie goes by. So does Rundle. And now Leach is going to try to make his way. From the top to the bottom, make the pass. Doesn't quite get it done. Payne will hang on for 3rd. Marvin Turnmeyer to the outside of Leach right there. Side by side. Nice little piece of driving. Working the top already for the 16. The momentum will be there. Turnmeyer can make that work. He does. He gets around Leach. Put him up to 4th. Leach is 5th. Now the battle between Urban and Bush. And Bush will grab the spot. Vinny now down to the inside on Urban. Oh, across the nose, big time. That was a big crash, folks. Big crash right there. We're going to watch 48 and the 11. Well, I'll tell you what, I don't really see either driver do anything crazy. I didn't see anything wild happen with the cars. It just looked like they came together. Scott King is going to spin out, and then he is going to get clobbered afterwards. So the 11 of Vinny, heavy damage. Heavy damage. Right front, left front, a little bit on the nose. The hood is wrinkled all up. Back end looks like it's pushed in as well. Let's see. Scott King, Jeff Werdeman, Andrew Perry, all on pit road. Matt Urban rolling that 48 car in here. He's got the left and right front just wrinkled. Oh, you can see crab walk out of the 18 car. So front end of the 48 car mashed in both ways, left and right. Right side for the 81 as he rolled away. They will pull and pull and pull on that sheet metal, but they will not change the tires. So hopefully no tire damage for any of these guys. But we'll go set the field here as they come around. Eddie, Rundle, Payne, Turnmeyer, and Leach are the top 5. Bush, Schmutz, Baker, Humphrey, and DeMore making up the top 10 in this thing. Got 4 cars that are on or have been to pit road. And the 11 of Adam Vinny, heavily damaged. Not sure if he's coming back. Well, Ivan, I don't think that's how anybody necessarily draws it up. And I honestly didn't see either driver really make any mistakes right there. Close quarters racing on a short track, and all it really takes is the slightest bit of any contact, especially in that position. When you're that far up on somebody on the inside and they're right on that right rear corner, any kind of contact can be detrimental. So I'm sure the drivers will talk about it and they'll figure out who did what, and they'll work it out next week or in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whenever it is. We won't see those two drivers beating and banging on each other. So we'll double them back up. We'll get ready to go back. Caution lap's not counting in the feature race. So we're going to get ready to start lap number 5 here. Matt Eddy. Good start for him. Reed Runnels going to fall into second. Now that battle is for third. Turnmeyer and Payne. Side by side on the restart. Turnmeyer's been making the top side work. He is still there. Can he shut the door? Alan Payne gets right down to the white line. This time, Turnmeyer's got all the momentum. Move Turnmeyer to third. Payne to fourth. Bush is fifth. Leach. And then Nick Baker has made his way forward here. But he's got company down the inside in the form, well, now in the form of Leach, but it was going to be Schmutz. And I tell you what, the high side looking pretty good. Looked good till the very exit of the corner, and Nick Baker slid that right rear a long ways. But I tell you, the outside looking like it's got quite a bit of race in it right now. Able to let the car roll free right there. You can really get some momentum on the exit. And Baker working the second lane and working it to perfection right now as he is going to clear Leach down the backstretch. Can he pull inside Keegan Bush now using the high side to try to go around Alan Payne? I'll tell you what, I think all the heat in the track is in lane number 2. Payne fend off Bush. He got a little loose there. Bush tried to move high, and he wiggled just a little bit. And Nick Baker doesn't know which lane he really, truly wants to be in. Up front, Eddie's got company. Rundle is right on his back bumper. Turnmeyer is about 6/10 back. We're almost a full second back to this battle right here. 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. Megan 11th is in there as well. I think that's Zach Krieger in the 12th spot, and he's not far behind that. Now they sort it all out. Bush to 4th, Baker to 5th, Payne 6th. I bet that battle's not over. Let's go up here close to the front because Matt Eddy, every time he looks up in the mirror, he sees the defending series champion, the 43 car, tucked right behind him. And now these two only have half a second over Turnmeyer. It was about 7/10 a few laps ago, and it looks like Turnmeyer has settled things down and really starting to close the gap. Bush settled into the 4th spot. And now Baker making his way forward. He's going to get to the inside. He'll move Bush up the hill of lane. So far, that's been working for the guys on the top side. And once again, the outside line able to hold off the charge. Shortest way around, but not the most momentum. One mistake out of that 88 car, and the 43 is going to jump right on him. We're already down to 19 to go, creeping in on halfway, about 2 more laps. We had a caution right away about lap number 3, and they have been clean and green ever since. Scott King and Adam Vinny, the only 2 retirees, still 18 cars on the track. They're all on the lead lap. Lap traffic will probably become a factor if we can stay green because 17th and 18th are only about 8 and 6 seconds ahead of this, which is the same straightaway basically. And Rundle just seems content to sit right here. He'll make a little run to close the gap. You see it right there off 2, but he doesn't even try to do anything with it. He just stays in line. Meanwhile, Turnmeyer, a little bit here, a little bit there, has creeped it down. He's about 3/10 behind the second place car. Make it about a quarter second now. Now if Rundle's got to run, he may have to start trying to push things because he doesn't want to get in a battle defending, because that'll prevent him from going on the attack. Got a good run there out of the corner. A little wide getting in. He's going to make a run down the hill. Bigger run up the backstretch. I don't think he'll get there in time to make the move to the inside. Was a little wider than he wanted to be down in 1. Intentionally went out there, but I don't think he was going to try to do that wide to try to get that cut. And now Turnmeyer is there. About 2/10 separating first and second. Second and third, and they are about a second ahead of Keegan Bush and Adam Baker. And a driver of the 11 car in the chat. Tough luck tonight there, Adam. Bad place to be this early in this thing. Oh, big mistake from Eddie. He got down on the flat, had to really roll off the throttle. There's the opening. And now Rundle alongside Eddie coming out of 2. Eddie bumps the fence. That'll open the door. Turnmeyer is going to get there as well. In the space of a lap, Matt Eddy makes a mistake and he goes from first. Ooh, I don't know. That was close. He may have been second right there, but he won't be when we come out of turn number 2, and he relinquishes the spot. Now may go on the attack, try to come up the inside. But Reed Rundle, the new leader, coming around. 10 laps to go. Lap car right in front. That's Andrew Perry. And Turnmeyer hanging on for second. Perry goes way wide. Going to let the leaders have the entirety of the inside of the track. Keegan Bush now starting to creep in on third place. Matt Eddy. Watching Marvin Turnmeyer. Good run for him. 4 spots. He improved since we dropped the green flag. Not our biggest mover, though. The biggest mover right there, the 89 car of Nick Baker. He is up 7. Another lap car getting a lap put on him right there was Urban, and he does the same thing that Perry did. Moves to the high side, gives everybody the inside part of the track. Pretty respectful driving there from damaged lap cars. Letting the guys that are racing for position continue to race. Leach right there on Baker and almost got into the back of him. So we're inside 6 to go. Rundle enjoying half a second. Turnmeyer slid to the right rear, slows him down a little bit, and Matt Eddy's going to close in. Can he get there and put some pressure back on the 16? Wave lap. This time, 5 fingers shown to the drivers as they go by. 3/4 of a second, first to second. Rundle to Turnmeyer, and about 4 car lengths between Turnmeyer and Eddy. Keegan Bush about another 5, maybe 6 car lengths back on the entry to that corner. He's in 4th. They're clicking the laps off pretty quickly here. We're going to be down to 3 to go this time. The season opener for the Beardsconsin MARS Pavement Late Model Series. On the westward swing of the tour out in Kern County. And right now, your defending series champion is going to get the 2 to go signal. Coming out of 4 starter. White and green flags in his hand. He says, you got 2 more times around. Gap stays the same, 3/4 of a second. And Turnmeyer started to get away again from Eddie. Bush is trying to close in, but the white flag. And Reed Rundle trying to open things up with a statement in defense of that title. He's into turn 3. Coming out of turn 4, he'll win the season opener. Good way to start a title defense. 43 car. Top of the podium. Marvin Turnmeyer second. Matt Eddy. Going to wrap things up into third tonight. Keegan Bush and Nick Baker. Nick Baker, hard charger. Actually, Nick Baker got bumped off hard charger. Zach Krieger made a pass late. He'll pick up 8 spots, finish 12th, and he will be the hard charger this evening. So, we'll take them down here. Oh, we're going to try to get close. Yeah, it's about as good as it's going to get. And we'll get the boys into our waiting room. And there we go. We're going to drag this one straight in with us. 88 car. Finishes third tonight. Matt Eddy, good drive, brother. Let Matt give him a second. Maybe he's got to find his microphone. Matt Eddy, got a copy. Uh-oh. Matt went bye-bye. I don't know where he went. Hang on. See if we can find him again. Where'd he go? I don't know where he went, folks. He jumped out on me. Oh, well, there's Matt Urban, but not Matt Eddy. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's move on. We'll come back because we always like to talk to Mr. Eddy. He's fun. We'll go and we'll talk to. Oh, there he is. Hold on. Now we're going back. Now, see, they do this to me. They let me get everything switched and moved, and then it's all funny. Now it's all funny. So let's see if we can get him now. We'll get Turnmeyer back in here too. There's Matt Eddy back in the chat. Matt, you there, buddy?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Well, we tried to get you before. Good drive tonight for the 88 car, man.
Yeah, pretty good run tonight. It was good. First time here with these guys. Good run.
It looked like one mistake was all it took. Rundle was sitting there kind of in stalker mode. You looked like you got the left sides down on the flat 3 and 4 and really kind of had to gather the car, and that was kind of all he needed.
Yeah, they're about 15 to go. I started feeling it getting tight on exit, so I was searching around for ways to make it turn a little bit better and got down on the apron too much and got a little out of shape there.
Well, great run to start the season, and we have seen you over on the Short Track Showdown series have some success. What's the expectation as we start to run through this, knowing that this is an every other week deal with these guys?
I'll hit and make the ones I can. It's a little early for me sometimes with kids and getting them to bed and whatnot, but try to make the ones I can.
All right, man. We'll give us some shout-outs and thank yous before we let you get out of here tonight.
Just everybody puts on the series. It's always fun to come out, and I know these are always a lot of work to do and run a good show. They kept it pretty clean tonight. It was a good time.
All right, man. Well, congrats on a great run. Thanks for chatting with us, and we'll look forward to seeing you in a few weeks.
Sounds good.
Matt Eddy finishing at third tonight. Now, we talked to him in the warm-up. Apparently, we didn't jinx him too much, and he did exactly the same thing that he did in his heat race, except the one extra spot. He comes home second in the feature tonight. Marvin Turnmeyer, 16 car looked fast all night.
She was. She had a good night. Started pushing a little bit early there and kind of got the right front hot. Had to back off a little bit, and just pushed off a 2, like 3 laps in a row. Let Reed kind of get away, and I guess the only way we're gonna beat that dude, we're gonna have to twist that other wing a little bit, and because he just seems to be awesome everywhere we go.
Yeah, I don't know how much testing he got in. I know Tuesday night he did not have a good night with one wing and a deep start in the field, but tonight, defending champ put on a show. But you got close. I mean, you got up there pretty close a couple of times. Just not really making mistakes from the guy in front. I think that's probably what you needed, right?
Pretty much. I mean, I think that's how we got by Matt. I think when he seen the two of us closing in, I think he just missed his marks a little bit and got a little bit free there on the apron, and we was able to get by. But, Reed's just so smooth. He hits the same line every time. And you pretty much got to match him lap for lap, or you're not going to have a shot. And, come up a little bit short tonight. It's a good start to the season, good point tonight. No incidents. I'll take that. And we'll roll into the next race. I think it's in about a month. But hopefully we'll get the season off to a good start here and be a contender for the title this time.
All right, man. Well, an awesome run nonetheless. Some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you go celebrate with your team.
Yes, sir. Thanks to Scrub-A-Dub, Wabam, you for the broadcast, Mom and Dad back home watching, and Reed on a hell of a run tonight.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on a great run again, and we'll look forward to seeing you in about 3 weeks.
All right, see you, bud.
Marvin Turnmeyer finishes second tonight, and he kind of picks up almost exactly where he left off last season. I don't think he won the closer in the pavement cars last season, but he still got the championship. But he comes in here crippled. We've talked about this a few times. There's a lot of things that he does with one arm, and folks, we can't go into it on the air. This is a family show, but he can drive a race car as well, and tonight he proves it at Kern County, picks up the win. Reed Rundle, I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, I mean, we felt good. The car was really good, and shoulder didn't bother us too much. Like I said, we made a few adjustments and how I'm holding the wheel and stuff like that, at least for right now. But just kind of sat there and sat behind Matt and just waited. And I was telling him I was going to wait about another 5 minutes and then maybe try to push. But he was running a good line, and then he made the dreaded mistake, and he caught the apron and pushed up. And at that point, I had the run, and you got to go, especially when I had Marv, sitting 2-3 tenths off me behind me. I knew at some point he was going to push it too, right?
Well, we talked about that during the show, and I said, it looks like Rundle's really content to just sit there and ride right now. But as Turnmeyer closes in, at a point, he is going to have to do something to get the 88 out of the way. And sure enough, you guys went through the corner, and Matt got the car a little too low. Did you see when he went too low that was going to be your opportunity, or did you wait for the car to actually break its momentum?
No, he had done it about 2 laps earlier, at least once, maybe even twice, a couple laps earlier. And when he did, I could see that the car moved up pretty quick, and we were getting a good corner off, center of the corner off. And when that one happened, I just stayed in the throttle, and as long as I got up to that rear fender or rear quarter panel and up to his door, I knew that we could hold it probably into the next 2 turns. So that was really the strategy, and then it was just kind of hit the marks and stay in a rhythm. This is a good rhythm track, so.
Yeah, it looked like the one caution early, and everybody kind of settled in, and you go from one to the other to get to the checkers tonight, and to start the pavement season off. This is a pretty good way to get things going, yeah?
Yeah, I think we had 24 cars registered. I think 1 dropped out before. It's always a bummer to send some guys home, but trying to keep this how the real world weekly kind of shows go and everything, and start 20 cars. The 1 caution early, shit's going to happen. You do what you can, and but it's really great to see a nice long green flag run. It's a testament to the guys in the series.
Well, an awesome run, man. You start the season off with a win, and that keeps you atop of the points right where you left off last year. Give us some shout-outs before we let you get out of here.
Absolutely. Really want to thank Beardsconsin for coming on board as the series sponsor for this year. That's huge for us to keep the broadcast going, keep our awards going, all that kind of stuff. So, as I said, big shout out to them. Wabam back for, I think, their 3rd or 4th season now with the Clean Driver Award. You guys for putting on a hell of a show for the broadcast. Again, we've had a long-standing relationship with you guys. We really appreciate it. We put Beardsconsin beard oils on the car for that reason, to thank them. We still have our little Caesars, and I'll still work on getting you some pizza, but they're on the car, and then of course we've got our associate sponsors and stuff like that that stick with us. So Bravo Trailers and 5 Star jumped up with us this year too. So thanks again for all you do, Roger.
Yeah, we appreciate it. I'm waiting on the pizza, and I got the Taco Casa guy trying to get me Taco Casa bucks. Man, I'm going to be in fast food for a while. This is going to be hot. This gig is turning into something I could sit back and enjoy. I'm going to get fatter, but,
I'm half tempted to make sure I can get you a hot and ready something. I don't know, what.
Whoa, hold it. Family show. Remember, family show.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, quick shout out to my dad down in Florida, too. He's doing real good, and hopefully we put on a good show for him. My wife for letting me do this, and thank you.
All right, man. Well, thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on the win, and I guess we'll see you guys in 2 weeks on the dirt.
That's correct. Have a good Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. Oh, one other thing, too. Just want a quick shout out to the Brunner family. Mark doesn't race with us, but Randy and John lost their father a couple nights ago, and always a sad thing when you got good friends that lose family members. So little shout out to them. We're all thinking about you and your families.
Oh, well, I had not heard of that until just now, or we would have mentioned that at the top of the show. But thanks for letting us know about that, and congrats again, and I'll talk to you in a couple weeks.
All right, man. Thank you.
Reed Arundel, and yeah, definitely with the Brunners, our thoughts, because I did not know, or we would have made mention of that way earlier in the show. Let's take a look at the results for tonight before we get ready to get out of here. It was Arundel, Turnmeyer, and Eddy, 1, 2, 3. Keegan Bush with a good run. Comes home fourth. Nick Baker, another great run out of the 89 car. He's a fifth-place finisher tonight. Andrew Leach in sixth. Alan Payne was seventh. Eighth was Andrew Humphrey. Brad Lawson in ninth. Austin DeMore in 10th. Jacob Schmutz was 11th. Zach Krieger 12th. Dean Burnt 13th. 14th was Craig Burlew. 15th. Josh Westendorf, Jeff Werdeman 16th, Andrew Perry 17th, Matt Urban was 18th after early troubles for Mr. Urban. Scott King in 19th, and Adam Vinny also part of that early incident. All three of those cars that finished 18, 19, 20 were in that incident, and that ended their nights pretty early. We'll see those guys rebound and have good runs before the end of the season. But I want to thank all of you for tuning in on Sunday evening, guys. Great show. We love being able to put on good racing for you, and without you, there's no reason to do it. Without all the great leagues, there's nothing for us to cover, so big thank yous to everybody involved in all of that. Tomorrow night, 8 Eastern, Zach Krieger will be out of the car, back in the booth. Monday Night Thunder for the Dirt Slingers Racing League, round number 8, Lima Land Motorsports Park. Big Block Modifieds. Be sure you tune in for that. Those guys usually put on a really good show there because it's such a small track and it's tight, and you'll see 2 lanes of racing for sure. Be sure that you're here for that. Say hi to Zach. Nothing else the rest of this week as everybody is off. Short Track Showdown Series off for the holidays, and Thursday, obviously, Turkey Day. We'll be back on a Thursday night, very, very late. It's going to be like a 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock Eastern. I will have to double check and get a post put up about that. But the third annual Paul Nichols Memorial Turkey Shootout, 131 laps in the 358 Modifieds at Eldora Speedway. There'll be prizes for the fans and prizes for the drivers. Make sure that you are here for that. You can't win if you're not here, so make sure that you're here for that. Even if you are in that tryptophan coma, just sit down, put the headphones on, and listen. Try to watch a great race that is going to happen. It has been so much fun. The last couple of years, they've done street stocks at Lanier Speedway, and surprisingly, that field all came back together towards the end, and it was exciting both years. I expect the same to happen this year. But that's going to do it for us tonight, guys. Thank you again for being here and spending your time with us. Love everybody.